Alright, so we're going to be playing Naya Winota here for our last league of the night. Not much has changed in the deck, except for the fact that we're playing Fable of the Mirror Breaker now, and we're playing Thalia. Honestly, pretty sweet additions in my opinion. I kind of like it. I think the Sokenzan land is a really good addition, and I don't know, like I like this deck is like either really good to me or really poor. So we're gonna see what happens here. I like that this list is playing 4 Voice of Resurgence. I really like that card. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's go this side. We have Arlinn, the Pax Hunt, or the Pax Wolf, or whatever it's called. I'm really intrigued to see what we want that for. Nissa Voices Indicar is also another interesting one. Like, you can use that to either make tokens or to buff up the team. 3 Rending Volleys is for the humans matchup, or it's also really good in the mirror. Skyclave Apparition is just good removal. Elite Spellbinder helps pick the hands apart. Eidolon of Rhetoric is also really sweet. That has a lot of play in, like, only being able to, like, play one spell in a turn, or only being able to draw one card every turn has a lot of play in this format, which is really surprising, but it does. And then 2 Rest in Peace just to pick on all the graveyard strats. So I played a Tarka Red in my last league, and I went 2 and 3. I don't know, like the deck felt like the couple of games we won, like it just kind of felt like we were bullying people, but the games that we didn't win, it felt like we were getting bullied. So I mean, I feel like it's kind of like, however, like I just don't feel like that deck's great in this format. I just wanted to try it and see what it was like. What I was saying earlier tonight is that I feel like if you're going to be playing Pioneer, like so many people are playing it now, and there's so much attention around the format that you need to pick a deck and you need to just like kind of learn to master it. That's how you're going to excel at this format. And that is 100% how I feel about it, so I think we're going to keep this hand. Ooh, it's Spirits. Not going to lie, actually probably would have really liked to have seen a green land there, but, you know, you can't have it all, right? Attack for 1. Our opponent's probably going to hold up Rattle Chains here, if I had to guess. Let's play Prosperous Innkeeper. We'll go ahead and get Voice of Resurgence down here. And then next turn we have Chariot. We have 3 Chariots in our hand. That's been both of our draw steps so far, has been Chariot. So, and they're playing Bant. You can see from that. So if they play something, it's probably Empyrean Eagle here. I was like, if not, they're probably just gonna hold up Spellqueller. Well, we'll just say go here. Unfortunately, they might just come over us. Now that is a little tough. So, all right. So they're going to play 2 spells here. They have Collected Company. They're just going to crash in for 4 and hold up Collected Company, which I can't really blame them for. They might play it beforehand, honestly. Okay. Yeah, they're going to play it on their turn. To avoid the voice token, which is pretty smart. We'll take 5, go to 12. Well. I think we're probably just dead here, but we're going to try and gain some life and work it out here. And then we'll keep this Chariot. We'll gain 4, go back up to 18. So, I mean, we're trying to make something happen here. And our opponent's at 10, so if they don't have, like, double Lord here, we're probably in pretty decent shape. Okay. Rattle Chains is a good place to start. Land Collected Company here kills us, I imagine. I mean, that's 4, 7, 10, 12. They have to be able to add 6 more points to the board. So that's 14 if they swing out with the clowns. I mean, I don't know. We're mounting a pretty big board presence here. And the idea of having another Esika's Chariot here is real value. Plus, they have no counter magic up if we just play Winota. Like, if we just, like, peel the Winota here. Which we did not, sadly. Copy the cat here. We'll go to 11. And then we'll get to go back to 15. I was like, maybe they make some bad blocks. Not likely, but possible. Okay, so they are going to block that. We'll play Chariot here. We'll keep this Chariot. Gain 4, go to 15. And I mean, like, all we can do is just say go. Like, we're honestly just, like, trying to bully our opponent with a board presence here. Now, the problem is that they can just come over in the air. Like, if they have 2 lords, they win the game. Honestly, like, any 2 creatures that are where one of them is a lord might win the game. Everything has flying. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm just going to 6 here. There's nothing I can do. 4, 7, 10. Oh, so I am just dead. They kept an extra creature from their last turn. Yep. That's unfortunate. I mean, that would have been pretty good. That would have been, what, 6 life? And we gained a ton of life there. We just couldn't make anything happen. We just never saw a Winota to make anything happen there. Rending Volleys are insane. Skyclave Apparition's great. Gonna be honest, I don't really think I want any of this stuff. You may cast creature spells as though they had flash, and each creature you control develops an additional 1/1 counter on it. I don't think you want the Planeswalker here. I think the 2/2s here are pretty bad. And I think Thalia is not great. So I think this is a good place here. Rending Volley hits every creature in their deck. Wow, this hand is so bad. Man, we had a 6-lander and a 5-lander. That's pretty tough, but I think we got to keep this. So we can play that on the green side. We can play one of the pathways, one of the Cragcrown Pathways on the green side. Play Voice of Resurgence on turn 2. And then we can basically stop them from playing spells on our turn the rest of the game. If they have something here, they'll flash it in now. They don't have anything to flash in. The only thing they could have there to flash in Spectral Sailor. That's the only card that people ever play in that slot, and most of the Spirits decks have went away from that I've seen lately. Go ahead and cast a Rending Volley and attack for 2. Wish we'd drawn something that wasn't a Tovolar's Huntmaster. Not bad, not bad. No reason attacking our 2/2 into a 1/3. It's not really going to do anything, so... I have to say, the one thing that Voice does for us in this matchup is that it kind of forces our opponent to play at sorcery speed like we do, which is pretty nice. Well, they're crashing in for 8 here. Winota would be pretty solid right here. And by I mean, if we don't draw Winota, we're probably dead. Yeah, we're just dead. Like, Spirits is tough for this deck, especially when we drew the way that we did. We never saw Winota, like not in either game. And like, I understand you're not guaranteed to see Winota every game, but I don't play many games against people where they don't have it. That second game, our 7 was 6 lands and a Winota, and then our 6, which was just our second hand of 7, was like Rending Volley, Voice, and 5 lands. Like, neither of those hands were great. And we were only 1 turn away from being able to win the game. The first game. We just needed to... We just needed to have a couple of better draws, honestly, the first game. Like, we gained a bunch of life and made a bunch of things happen for ourselves the first game, but, I mean, it was all hard fought for. This is that artifact deck I played against. We'll play that and say go. Next turn, we'll probably play the Needleverge Pathway on the white side to be able to play Voice of Resurgence. Well, I don't know. They probably play counter spells in this deck, so we probably want to go ahead and get Voice of Resurgence down. Now I'm thinking that they have... a counter spell. Obviously, I was wrong. I kind of figured they had a counterspell there, based off the way that they just held up. Like, Metallic Rebuke looks very good in that situation. So, Fibblethip, however you say it. Play Brutal Cathar. We'll just get in the red zone for 2 here. I guess, I mean, our opponent's missing lands, so we know their hand has spells in it. I guess we're just going to try and put pressure on while we can here. Next turn we can play Voice and Fable, so... Or we're not playing either. Maybe this is like Mono Blue Eldrazi or something weird? I don't know. They take Mirror Breaker. We'll just say go here. No reason for us to do anything. The kind of draw our opponent had, man, if we were playing mono red, we would have ran this full over. I mean, if we draw Winota, we're just slamming it because attacking is 3 triggers automatically. Ooh, what are they doing during our upkeep? Wow. So they're playing Elder Deep Fiend. That's real interesting. What the heck? So they did all that and then conceded? I mean, man. That was going to be... I truly don't even know what our opponent's doing. I think we want Spellbinders, and I think we want Apparitions here. Probably not bad to have Nissa. Now, knowing that they're playing, like, Thalia seems okay. Innkeeper seems not bad. I think we can cut a couple of these, truthfully. I don't know. Maybe we don't want the Apparitions. Maybe we just want it like this. We'll try it. I'm still not 100% sure what our opponent's up to here, so... This is a pretty solid hand. They're playing like all this artifact mumbo jumbo, so Thalia seems pretty good. Alright, so our opponent leads off on Goose. It's a goose. And then next turn we can Innkeeper into Thalia. Turn 2 Innkeeper into another 2-drop is like... I don't know why, but I really enjoy that play. Like, even if it's not that good, I really enjoy it. Okay. Now this really looks like Metallic Rebuke here. Cast Thalia. Ooh, Thalia resolves. Okay. I mean, I feel like I'm playing around Metallic Rebuke here when it may not need to be played around. Questing Beast, huh? Interesting. Yeah, we're just going to have to get some good stuff down here and just try to get them with Winota next turn. So if we hit an untapped land, that gives us 4 Winota triggers, which pretty much is the game on the spot. We played Voice last turn instead of Thalia. I probably would have been pretty inclined to play the... to play the Winota and just attack and get and settle for 2 triggers there. So I guess they could. Well, yeah, they have with 2 drums. They have quite a bit of mana access here. All right, let's jam it. And our opponent concedes. Mean, like right there. That's Winota in a nutshell. Like that's just the deck. There you go. We drew Winota. Get wrecked, opponent. So I'm watching Everos play right now, like while we're waiting to find our next match here, and he is playing the Is It Phoenix deck, and like everybody that's playing that deck is on Temporal Trespass right now, which I think is great. I mean, that and Galvanic Iteration is basically like just like 5 cards. Like it's like 5 mana, 2 cards win the game. Like that card is basically Splinter Twin in my opinion. That is basically how I see those 2 cards. I think we'll keep this and put the extra Temple Garden on the bottom. Because we're basically looking at turn 3 Chariot here. Like, this is one of those Naya mid-range draws. All right. We draw Winota. Okay. Cool. Hey, we're going to 17. Scrap Heap Scrounger. So this looks like this is mono black aggro. When you see Knight of the Ebon Legion off of a swamp on turn 1, that can either be mono black aggro or it can be can't block, so let's serve up 1. It can be mono black aggro or it can be vampires. So our opponent was on a mulligan to 5 here, so we're probably just, like, next turn, we're just going to play Chariot. I mean, we could honestly, like, just forgo the Chariot and just try to get in with Winota here. Our opponent doesn't have a 3rd land, more than likely. No! It's pretty timely Thoughtseize. like they may not have drawn it. Our opponent may have sandbagged it because it's not a bad idea to sandbag those kind of cards, like the sandbag of Thoughtseize against this kind of deck, because when you get to take Winota, like it's just bonkers. So we lost 4 life, so this gets a counter, which is fine. I'm going to leave that just in case we draw the 6-drop. Because honestly, you never know. Now, this is the kind of deck that gaining a bunch of life will be good enough against, I think. Ow. So today, me and Carly and a couple of our buddies went and did this, like, CSI crime scene investigation thing in downtown Johnson City. And it was really fun. It was a lot of fun. And so, like, it's this app on your phone, and basically you walk around town, and you're like, you go to these spots that are picked out, and you find these clues, and you're trying to figure out who killed all these people. And so it's a lot of fun. Like, if it comes to your town, you should check it out. But I got super sunburnt today, and I went to scratch my leg and just kind of paid the price for it. We're just going to call this done here. I didn't have Fatal Push for that. Interesting. I'm just going to say go here. I don't really see a reason to play out my other Chariot. They know that we have the Sacred Foundry. They do not know that we have the Chariot. So our opponent just concedes. They probably didn't draw a land and just like was tired of playing. I don't really blame them. Like, I get it. It's tough. So, mono black aggro. I think this is how we want to board. I think we don't want the 3-drops. I think we want everything else, honestly. Thalia even honestly presents quite a bit of value in this matchup because it makes their removal spells cost more. So, the 2 of Thalia might be awesome here. So the 2 of Thalia is really a flex slot because the 2 of Thalia can be 2 Thalias, it can be 2 Selfless Spirits. I mean, there's quite a few options that it can be. So I mean, depending on how the metagame looks, there's a good chance that you are looking at just like if there's a lot of blue-white control, I could definitely see there being a reason to just play the 2 Selfless Spirits. I'm gonna keep this. This hand's really solid. Gonna lead on the Stomping Ground here. I have turn 2 Brutal Cathar, potentially into turn 3 Esika's Chariot. Turn 4 Winota win the game. Our opponent could have a removal spell here to change that up. Fatal Push? It is a Fatal Push. Hopefully we draw a 2-drop here. They just floated 2 mana for no reason. It's kind of weird, but whatever. I'll exile one of these things and say go here. They do have to have a way to turn on Fatal Push to be able to get rid of our Brutal Cathar if that's the removal spell that they have in their hand. Could be a power word kill. Could be a power word kill. Could be a murderous rider. Like there's lots of removal options. It's kind of one of the joys of playing black. Come on. Yep. Spend 2 mana, play Innkeeper, and then we have 3 mana left. As much as I'd like to, I don't think we can make that play. Like we're basically all we're doing is playing Innkeeper this turn, and I just truthfully don't think that's worth it. If they brought in like Go Blank or anything like that, we're just going to discard the Huntmaster. Well, this feels like a removal spell. I actually really like the play of just attacking with Chariot here. Playing 2 spells to flip back over the Brutal Cathar. Because it's like they had 4 mana and just said go. It feels to me like it's very obvious that they had a removal spell here. So the fact that we can flip over the this thingy, the Brutal Cathar here, and still add good Winota things to the board here is a pretty solid turn, in my opinion. We're adding things to the board, and when this comes back into play, we're just going to get to exile it, which is pretty awesome. We're going to discard that. I like having the Esika's Chariot back up here. And we have 6 resources right now. 3, 4, 5, 6. So what are you doing here, opponent? That's the question. I mean, they don't know that we have the Winota. They don't know that, so... Alright, that's game. Now, they may not have another removal spell, so it may not matter, but I mean, we're going to get 6 triggers here. Like, this is actually just insane. Now our opponent's going to concede. Like, boom, there you go. Again, like, we made a good play. We didn't just, like, slam our Winota on the turn that we could play it. On the first turn we could play it, and we ended up winning the game. Now, to be fair, our opponent was in a pretty tough spot. That is one of the things that Winota does, is that it really just pressures you and makes your hand awkward. Because if you're... Excuse me. And you spend the entire game playing around Winota, you'll just get beat by this Naya mid-range deck that plays a lot of rares and mythics. It's just how that matchup goes. We haven't really seen Fable of the Mirror Breaker do anything yet, but I have played against it enough times to know its value. Plus, you can just take a look at that card and understand its value. What is its rarity? It's a rare. Okay. I was curious. Like, let's see. the Mana Dorks aren't rares. Thalia is a rare, I'm pretty sure. So that's a mythic. Rare, rare, rare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 sets of rares in the deck and 2 sets of mythics in the main deck. And then the other cards are Mana Dorks that you play on turn 1. Like, this is just the best Naya card you can put into a deck. Honestly, like, that's just what this is. Like, it's the best Naya card you can put into a deck that allow you to play Winota efficiently. I think this hand's fine. We don't have a red source, which is a little tough, but I think it's worth it. We have multiple dorks, 3 lands, and we have a Brutal Cathar. So, plus our opponent's on a mulligan. Oh, okay, so it's that artifact deck again. Let's just draw a red source right here. Is it spirits? Okay, we'll get rid of the goose. Interesting to note that Spirits is playing goose. Also interesting that they kept a 1-lander. Carly from the other room just went goose. I'm gonna attack for 4 here, like put as much pressure as I can on. And then I'm just gonna play double dork. And that means we flip the Brutal Cathar back over to get rid of the Mausoleum Wanderer here. And if we ever happen to draw a red source, we have Fable of the Mirror Breaker on hand. Like, our opponent kept... I don't know. I don't feel like that was a very good hand, personally. Bring in these 5 cards. The Fable of the Mirror Breakers are not good. Thalia is not good in this in this matchup. Man, I think, like, you're basically saying we have 8 removal spells and a 4-turn clock. And an on-average 4 to 5-turn clock. Like, I think that's fine. Bathtub support? What's going on, Kyle? I appreciate it, man. You give more bathtub support than anybody I know. Now, to be fair, everybody else's percentage is 0, so... What'd you say? Alright, I thought Carly said something, but, you know, I'm just like, it's the freaking ghost in our house or some bullshit. I don't know. Bro, the Twitch app doesn't show me when you go live anymore. I don't know why. That's really weird, honestly. Like, it's actually really interesting. Kind of curious to know why myself. That was a really good draw. That allows us to go here. And then we get to use this to play voice. We're just going to always yield to this trigger. So we can't play Rending Volley and Esika's Chariot next turn, but we do have a pretty solid line here. I may re-download it and see if it fixes it. I haven't seen you go live in 2 weeks, and I checked your channel, and I'm like, wait. No, it's pretty weird, honestly. I'm kind of curious to know why it does that myself. Wow. Putting a lot of tax on me, bro. Are you just going to actually just walk the Spell Queller into... I mean, I guess that and the Double Lord probably kills me. I get a Voice of Resurgence token out of it. Oh boy, here we go. Kyle with the pick your deck function. I'm going to attack my Voice of Resurgence into his Spell Queller. If he wants to block, that's fine. I go to 16, and then I have 2 4/4s, which I'm pretty good with. Alright, Kyle, what are you picking? Surprise me here. Something other than blue-white control would be interesting for a change. Alright, 4, 7, 10. I'm going to 5, but if we draw an untapped land, we're getting 4 Winota triggers here. Blue-red control it is. Interesting. Blue-red control. Oh, wait, that was Smug. I don't even know why you... Sorry, I was looking at what Smug said. Alright, we'll put another Winota into play. We'll keep that one. That's fine. We go to 7. Tovolar. No. Please hold. Okay, I'm holding. Alright, so we make some guys, gain some life. We completely whiff on that one. Wow, back-to-back whiffs. Which gives them 3, 5, 7, 9. Man, if we would have hit a, we hit a Brutal Cathar, we win right there. Like, Brutal Cathar anywhere in those cards, we win the game. Anything kills us. Dang. I mean, I guess at least we won the first game, right? Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna mono white. Okay. I mean, I'm down to play that, like mono white aggro or like mono white like mid-rangey control devotion-y stuff. Mono white life gain. Okay. Do you care what formats it in? Like, do you want to see it like in Modern or like in Pioneer? Do you care? I've been learning. I told you. You have definitely been learning. Doesn't matter? Okay, I'll put something together then. This hand's pretty solid. My next pick your deck is going to be Coco Angels or Grixis Arcanist. I mean, Grixis Arcanist sounds awesome. I've played that Cloaking Company's Angels deck, and let me tell you, it is not a fan of me. We do not get along very well. Voice of Resurgence into Brutal Cathar into Winota. It's a pretty solid curve. He loved the blue-white control Smug. I've actually been getting a lot better with blue-white control. And if you want the truth, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you keep making me play it all the time, Kyle. Which is pretty funny to me. We're going to Skyclave Apparition this. They're probably going to let this resolve because if they kill my Skyclave Apparition, they just get a token out of it. And then next turn, we're just going to jam Winota. Make them beat it. Oh, I bet I love blue-white too. It's a free win for me. What do you play that's a free win? I only play Thoughtseize? Oh, okay, gotcha. No, I mean, that actually makes sense. Let's run it out. Force you to have it, dude. I mean, I think I'd rather keep the Voice of Resurgence ability here than I would rather have the than I would to have the extra token. Was this Collecting Company? It's got to be Collecting Company, right? Okay. I mean, that's pretty good. America Phoenix. I'm not going to lie. America Phoenix, like, that Jeskai Phoenix deck would be pretty cool. Play Brutal Cathar, hit the Spell Queller. Get our Winota back, and then we have another Winota back up here. Were you impressed or surprised by my deck pick? I was very surprised, honestly. I kind of figured that you were going to pick pick Blue White Control like you always do. So, all right, let's get a couple triggers. Let's get a couple of just like bonkers things here, and let's just call it a day. All right, or we can completely whiff on the first one. That's cool. Yes, thank you. Oh! How do you not find a human in 12 cards? God hates me. Anyway, Grixis Venus looking kind of sick to me with the new draw spell in Capenna. I haven't seen the new draw spell. Curious to know what it is. I have to throw in some real decks from time to time, LMAO. No, that's fair. I mean, that's fair. I think with our opponent, we're going to get 2 triggers here. They're going to attack for 4, which means they're going to tap down my Voice of Resurgence token. Draw 2, discard 1 instant speed, or draw 2 if you have 5 different mana values in your graveyard for blue-black. Wow, that's really good, actually. I mean, we're just going to come in here because, I mean, we're coming in for 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I actually can't tap something down because if I tap my token down, they're dead. I don't think our opponent counted. All right, we get 4 triggers. Brutal Cathar just ends the game. Yeah, I was like, Brutal Cathar just ends the game. Alright, cool. I mean, we could have taken the Tovolar, like, and did that, so. I debated Mono Black Devotion, to be honest, but decided against it. Mono Black Devotion is a ton of fun. I played Mono Black Devotion in Standard a couple of times, and it's been a lot of fun. Mono White Life Gain is actually a lot of fun to play on Modern, though. It's very annoying. But it is a lot of fun to play, in my opinion, so I'm not going to lie. I'm actually really not disappointed that you picked that. Alright, well, we're playing for the potential of a 4-1 here. I mean, I think this hand's fine. It's a little greedy, but we're playing 24 lands, and we have back-to-back Thalias in a format where Thalia is a very good card, so... Yeah, so it's best of both worlds. You'll have some fun, and I can watch you get kind of annoyed. Win-win. If that's what you were going for, then you definitely succeeded. It's definitely a win-win there. How was your stream last night, man? I didn't get to watch last night, sadly. But the best thing to peel right here would just to be a Sacred Foundry. Oh, I'm playing the mirror, which means if I don't draw a land, Alright, well. Wow. Yes, I will discard these. This makes a treasure token, and I get a Winota trigger here. This draw has been insane. It was okay. Carly's resub made me shit myself. I mean, yeah, resubs do that, man. That's kind of like, I think honestly, like when you get a resub, I enjoy it the most. Like it's actually really funny.
Exactly what I told him, that scaring him is the best part of subbing.
That's the best part of it? Is that what you said? It is pretty funny. Alright, so we're gonna always yield, and then, I mean, like, bro, we're just gonna get in the friggin' red zone here. Like, even if my Brutal Cathar dies, I don't care. And plus, then when next turn we have Kiki Jiki to just kind of, like, go ham with. I would honestly be amazed if our opponent let us attack. Like, this is insane. Ask me anything. Why won't you hold my hand, you animal? I did hold your hand that one time, I thought. Tovolar ends the game. Yeah, I was like, my opponent concedes. Nope. Okay, I thought I did. Oh, that's right. You did the Italian thing, the kissing Italian thing, which was also pretty funny. I did get a kick out of that. Okay. Skyclave Apparition, Rending Volley, Elite Spellbinder. This is how I like to board in the mirror. I don't think the Mirror Breaker's worth it in the mirror. I think we can cut a couple of Huntmasters, and I think Thalia is absolute garbage in this matchup. And then we'll cut one of these. We'll cut a Voice, because Voice is good, but they're not playing things during our turn, so it's not like bonkers or anything, so... I mean, this is tough. I think we can do better. And I think this is what I would classify as better. The mob goodbye. Yeah. The seat. Yep. I thought something like that. We're gonna keep and put a Voice back. Play that, say go. Curious to see what they play here. Having Apparition and or they play Chariot. I think I have to kill the Chariot here. I mean, even if it means they get 3 triggers, like this is so much better for us doing this. We didn't actually kiss, chat, relax, lull, just a little hot tub stream at 1K YouTube subs. Bro, I don't even know where I would do a hot tub stream at. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Alright, this is not looking good, chat. Should have blocked. That was wrong. Well, there's nothing we can do here, so we're going to take a little bit of information on the way out. In the bath. That would be hilarious. Red Cat Melee, Rending Volley, Brutal Cathar. Gosh, their hand was stacked. Alright. I like it the way we have it. We're running back. Running it back. His hand's terrible. I guess we're doing that. I don't know how much I like it, but it's what we're doing. Then we can play the Branchloft Pathway on the white side. Alright, they have no dork. We're gonna serve up one here. I'm gonna finish my bath and I'll support for my PC afterwards. Okay. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Nah, I'm just gonna shock in here. No point in not shocking in my opinion. Now my cards are all messed up. I shuffled them out of the wrong order. I have a Ramunap Ruins that I shuffle. I have 3 Ramunap Ruins and 3 Abbot of Krellkeep. And the Ramunap Ruins, one of them has a nick, and I keep that one in the middle so that I can always know which one I'm looking at. I'm just saying go here. Like having a Brutal I don't want to run out the Brutal Cathar for a Innkeeper here. That's just bad. Like that's just bad. We're not doing that. So our opponent's stuck on lands, and that's all we can draw. I am going to put on the pressure now, knowing that they're missing lands. So I'm actually curious to see if they think that's worth trading there. Interesting. Like, I imagine they're going to hit an Innkeeper here. Yeah, I'm going to take one here. Bro. Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it. That feels pretty good, just ripping that off the top. Oh, is this Winota? Alright, you get one trigger, my friend. I'm gonna take 6 here. What are we doing here? Am I attacking for 6? I don't think so. I don't think it's worth. I think I'd rather just try to trade Tovolars here and Wolf tokens because I'm ahead on the board. Now that's bad. Well, the fact that they had Brutal Cathar and Rending Volley, like, I mean, like the saying is that Screw beats Flood every time. And, I mean, yeah. Yep. I'm gonna see what all they hit here. No, I'm not. I lied. Well, we had a 3-2. I mean, wasn't bad. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping we could get a 4-1 there. The deck felt really solid. Like, the deck continues to feel really good. The Naya Winota deck is just really strong. I think it has a lot of play and is very good in a lot of situations. So, If I was going to play in a Pioneer tournament tomorrow, I'd realistically probably play Mono Red because that's what I'm so used to doing, and that's what I like to play more than anything, but I have no problems playing Naya Winota, so...